All right, what's going on, guys? I wanted to take a second and do a quick interview with one of my favorite clients here. Lauren, maybe go ahead and tell them kind of your name, what you do, a little bit about yourself.
All right. So my name's Lauren. I live in South Orange, New Jersey, and I'm a live-in nanny. That's my job.
Love it.
It's just like a quick train ride from New York City. So I live pretty close to there, and I watch a 7-year-old little boy and a 19-month-old little girl,
Love it.
and I love my job.
That's so awesome. I love that. And she really is like the best live-in nanny on the planet. She posts about these kids and looks like they have the most like incredible relationships. So cool, so cool.
Thanks.
So you've been in the program for around 2 months, 2.5 months at this
Yeah.
point. So what were some of your goals coming into the program?
So given this opportunity, I wanted to have achievable goals, but have different goals than I've set for myself in the past.
Okay.
Of course, one of my goals was to like lose weight, lose body fat. But another goal I set for myself was to have a better relationship with food, along with
Love it.
like changing my language around food so that I, I could have what I wanted and not feel bad about it. Because if I were to get rid of food I love, then that's all I would eat. So
Yeah.
that's not the point. But yeah, that's some of my goals.
Okay, awesome. So you had, a weight loss goal, but more importantly, changing your thought process around food and the words that you used and your feelings and all of that, and still being able to, see results, but more importantly, kind of the process behind getting to
Yep.
those results. Love it. Okay, that's awesome. And what kind of was your determining factor or the reason that you chose to work with me as your coach?
I started following you on Instagram, and you had great content, and I saw like the before and afters of your clients, and that made me think like, oh, I could be one of them. Obviously, it's possible to do because they're doing it too.
Yeah.
Um, and that it would change me and change my life in so many ways. And you also have a way where you're like super positive and encouraging, and you put me in the mindset that I could do anything. And
Yeah.
so that really like pushed me to be like, I can do this. Let's make this happen. So that's what made me do it.
I love it. Thank you. And that means a ton because a lot of times I feel like I'm putting content out into the world and I'm presenting myself as authentically as I can. And sometimes it's hard to know if it's being received well or, that type of thing, especially because I don't have a crazy huge following. I'm not, a lot of times my posts aren't beautiful in a way, but knowing that like it actually resonates with people and that type of thing, like that makes a huge difference. So
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
So what was like kind of your relationship with health or like your body and that type of stuff before you started working with me?
Yeah, so in the beginning, it was like a pretty slow process. I wanted changes to happen fast, but that's not how it was for me. And you gotta learn patience through this process. It's like I'm a super confident person, but at the same time, I was always searching for a way to lose weight and like be more confident in myself.
Hmm.
Um, my relationship and my language around food was not healthy. I would like eat bread or ice cream, pasta, and I would be like, oh, guess I can't, guess I have to have like zoodles tomorrow or something like that. So
Yeah.
that wasn't healthy. And instead of just eating to like satisfy myself, I would like think I had to eat like a ton to feel like I got what I wanted,
Yeah.
when actually you just feel sick afterwards. So it wasn't good. I was like so back and forth. I was constantly like okay, I can have this food on this day, and I have to be healthier the next day because I had this day. So it just
Yeah.
wasn't healthy, and I was constantly just like bugged at myself for the choices that I was making.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so kind of like restrictive had that kind of that negative mindset of like, okay, I overate this day, so now I have to, eat zoodles, or I have to be, crazy restrictive the next day, and it kind
yeah.
of that perpetual negative of all or nothing mindset, as well as
Right.
like the guilt and shame that comes from thinking of food as like good versus bad instead of like nutrient dense versus calorie dense.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. And then what would you say like started to change as you and I started working together and we worked on not only like the nutrition piece, but also the activity and like the mindset portion?
Yeah. So, of course, the number on the scale started to shift down, but even more, my mindset and thoughts, my thought process completely changed. Being so focused on like having a calorie and protein goal, it changed my habits and really made me think about what foods I was eating and like how much of those foods to put in my body, how I felt when I ate certain foods. So I know how much of each to have because I know like three cheeseburgers would make me feel disgusting, but if I had like a huge plate of broccoli, like yeah, you'd still feel pretty bad, but
Yeah.
super full. But it's better for you, and you're gonna feel better when you
Okay.
make right choices there.
I love that. And we were talking earlier before we started doing kind of the official interview. We were on a conversation, and she shared the fact that she's getting to the point where it is more intuitive eating versus like we're looking at things as not good and bad, but nutrient dense versus calorie dense, as well as you're getting to that point where it's like, okay, I sit down to eat and I may not be able to log this in my fitness pal or log this in any type of book, but I can tell that this is probably roughly this amount of calories and roughly this, and I'm okay with that, and that fits with my goals and what I'm trying to accomplish. And then you also shared a story a couple weeks back of where you went to a barbecue and you were still able to enjoy your foods that you wanted
Yep.
to eat, and you were like, okay, well, I know that I want to have a dessert, and so I'm going to eat a certain way during the meal, still enjoy it. You still had the burger, still everything, but ate in a certain way so that then you could enjoy dessert and have like no guilt or shame or terrible feelings behind that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
It's
love
true.
that. I love it. Um, you're probably going to hear my kid because he's playing superheroes out there, which is always super fun. Um, and so maybe share some a little bit more like specific. We talk about it a little bit, but like kind of specific results in terms of maybe physically, emotionally, mentally, all of those good things. What are some things that you've seen since working together?
So since the start, I've lost like a little more than 10 pounds, and that's like the only number measurement I have. I don't have like the inches or whatever, but yeah, so and my mindset has shifted so much. I used to snack and graze all the time because I was like hungry when
Hmm.
I wasn't really hungry, and I also wasn't drinking enough water to fill me up.
Yeah.
So yeah, since protein was a goal, I was focused on hitting that, which made it so snacking was next to none. So yeah, just my habits have completely changed. Like I don't snack anymore because I'm not
Love it.
craving that, and I'm eating better foods that make me feel fuller longer.
Yes, that is huge. Being able to put together lifestyle changes and lifestyle habits to the point where you're not snacking as much, but also it's not from a negative standpoint of like, oh, I can't snack. It's just like that's kind of gone because you're feeding your body what it
Mhm.
needs to not only achieve your goals but enjoy it as you're moving forward. Is that
Yeah.
accurate?
Or like I'd rather have that later, so I'm not going to snack now. And then like you just drink water so that you get your mind off of it so that later you can enjoy your dessert or
I
whatever.
love it. So no food restrictions and also enjoying the process.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty awesome. you're, you're so awesome. Okay, and then what would you say is like your favorite part about working together?
So my favorite part is the fact that like I've never felt pushed to do anything.
Hmm.
I was just always encouraged by you. I felt like you always believed in me, and so I could believe in myself.
I love that.
I was always excited to share my progress with you because I knew you'd be excited as excited as me.
Yeah.
And that's like what motivates me to keep going. Also, how you like tailor around us, like our workouts and everything. It just makes you feel like special. Like he
Yeah.
wants to really help you as an individual. So yeah,
I love
that's
that.
what
Thank
I
you so
love.
much. and sharing your progress with me. I know that we said that the only number metric that you had was the 10 pounds that you've lost,
Yeah.
but also that we take progress pictures,
Yes.
weekly or biweekly, depending on how people want to do it. And so much has changed physically in your body. I mean, especially like above the neck, mentally, all of those incredible things that we've talked
Hmm.
about, but also physically, your body has changed so much. You're able to fit into, you went shopping and bought a pair of pants that you haven't bought in a while, which is
Hmm.
just so awesome on so many different levels. It's so cool. Um, and so, what would you say about, or say to somebody that's maybe like on the fence with working with me and doesn't even know if they should, take the
Yeah.
leap or if I'm the right fit or whatever?
So what I would say is that this is like the best investment you could ever make for your whole life. It'll benefit you through for the rest of your life with all the knowledge you learn. You learn so much about yourself, what you're capable of. Sometimes it takes someone to tell you what what to do so that you can believe that you can do it.
Yeah.
Um, and you will gain knowledge that will serve you in many ways. It will teach you how to be patient and kind with your body, so that it can serve you for the rest of your life.
I love it. You are fantastic. Thank you. Honestly, thank you so much for filming this. I hope that people that watch it or listen to it or whatever the case is, it helps them kind of take that next step into taking their health and their future into their own hands and understand that there is a much better way to do it out there than crazy restrictions and bars for meals and different shakes and super low carb. Like, you genuinely can see results while still enjoying the foods that you want to eat, having a social life, going to New York and having the incredible food that they have there, and like all of those things, and still see the results. And it's possible. People do it. People are doing it. You yourself are an exact like a perfect representation of that. So thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me. Um,
Mhm.
and I hope you have a great day.
Thanks.
Bye.